Hi everybody, welcome to my channel Jewelry Pirate. This is Barbara. I've come back on today to do a couple more repairs and gluing of rhinestones, and to also address an issue that a couple people asked me about. And this is a little bit more some hints and tricks and things like that, okay? There's a couple pieces of jewelry in here that you haven't seen yet. They will be coming up in a video over the next few days. And I will explain to you what's wrong with them, and we'll go from there as far as repairing them. I'm also going to give you a simple way to turn around and clean your jewelry. Okay, I mean, one very simple way, even with rhinestones, but you must be quick. Okay, so let's get started. Now, I know a while back we had this brooch, this tennis brooch, and this was one of the pieces that was missing a stone. So I want to put the stone back in it, and it's one stone and it's right here. Okay, one little stone out of the whole brooch. Let me show you close up. Hopefully you'll be able to see it down there. This actually is a very lovely brooch, and it's still available, so it'll be even better condition once I get done fixing it. Okay, so if you have a friend that likes tennis, this would be a nice piece to give as a gift. Alright, so if you remember from our last video, I use, see if I can get this open, I use this particular glue because I like it. I like how it performs. Now, what you'll have to do anytime you start over again, you'll have to clean the overflow off. Okay. This is why I like this glue. It still is pliable, and that's why you can remove some of this off of the back of your items. This is way too much glue for what I'm doing, but it popped out. And if you didn't watch the last video, what I do is I put my glue on a little post-it note. Okay, so I want to get this repaired. Let me put this down here. And I'm going to take a toothpick again, and I'm going to grab that and I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm going to go right into that hole where that rhinestone is missing. And I'm going to twist that toothpick, and I'm placing a little tiny bit of glue in there. And I will set that back down there. Now what I did is I went through and I pulled out some rhinestones, so I know what ones are going in here. Okay, and I'm going to use these handy dandy pearl tweezers. Now I picked it up very easily that time. Just be patient with me. This is when you're dealing with really tiny stones, it's very difficult. Okay, where did he go? Get another toothpick. And let's see where we got this. There we go. Now that's placed in there. I'm going to get my loop, and this is a good way to do this, and I'm going to look in there to make sure that the stone is sitting where I want it. And I can see right now that it needs to go a little bit more to the right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to push that stone over a little bit to the right and set it in there. And I'll check once again now to make sure that it's where I want it. That's better, but it still needs a little work. So I'm going to take that and I'm just going to push down on it. Tap, 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 tap. A lot of times it's worth it if you let the glue settle a little bit before you place the stone. Okay. I'm sort of liking this. Now remember, with this glue is great. You can turn around and actually remove that stone later. But for now it's in there and it's good. Now this is another necklace. This is an enhancer on here. And I'm going to take the enhancer off and I'm going to put it on my finger. Okay. There's a little tiny stone missing right here. And I'm going to replace that stone. I have a stone that's really tiny to go in here, so this is going to be a hard fix. But I'm going to put that stone, I hope you can see. I can't tell. I'm way too far up for you to see. I'm going to put that little bit of glue in that hole. Just enough. You want just enough that it's going to turn around and hold on to the rhinestone. And I selected a very, very, very small rhinestone here. Let me see if I can get this with these. I want to make sure I have it in the right direction. There we go. Okay. You just got to get it placed in there right. This piece is already sold. And I want it to go to its new home with everything being okay with it. And I'm looking at this close. And I can see that I need to just tap it down in this upper right hand corner a little bit. And there's actually a little bit of glue I want to take off right there. Now once this sets too, I can go in there and peel that piece of glue off. Okay, let me put this down. I want to get that piece of glue right there off of here. I don't like that being on there. Alright, let me check this one more time. Make sure it's right side up. You have to remember when you put the stone in, if you put too much glue in with the stone, it's going to seep on the outside. So, I think the stone is in there. I feel the flat top. Let me look one more time. Okay, so that's good. We're going to put that over here. These pieces that I'm showing you here, these were already in a video. Now the ones that are coming up right now are ones that you haven't seen yet. Okay, now I have this rather pretty, very pretty pendant. The necklace itself is not anything really spectacular, but this pendant, which I will eventually take off of here, is beautiful, but it's missing a big stone right here. Now these are plain rhinestones, so I went through and I picked out some rhinestones, and I don't know if you can see the difference in these rhinestones, but one of these is an AB finish, which is this one right here, and this one right here is not. And none of these stones in here are AB finish. So you have to try to make sure that you pick the correct stone, because if you don't, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. So I'm going to do the same thing. Grab a little bit of that glue on the tip of this, roll it, and like I said, I just want to put a little bit inside, right in the center. I don't want to swirl it all around up to the top, because when you put that stone in here, it's going to push some of that glue to the top. Alright, so this is the stone I need right here. And I'm going to pick it up, and I'm just going to drop that stone right in that spot. Alright, I'm going to take my little awl, and I'm just going to push that, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it till it goes down. And it's as even as it can be with all the surrounding area around it. So that looks really good. Okay, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that to the side. Let me show you. This was a very large stone, so that's in there now. Okay, very pretty. All right, now with this stone we have to put to the side. And now there was this beautiful pair of earrings that you guys have not seen, and I'm hoping that I find the stones, what I did with them here. Here they are. Okay, these are gorgeous earrings. These are coming up in a video. The first video that you will see them in, I didn't have both of them, I only had one. And then I found the other one in another bag. But you can see, these are Avon, believe it or not. These are designed by somebody for Avon. So these are a designer piece. They're clip-ons. But you can see here, there's 2 rhinestones missing. So like I said before I came on and started the video, okay, there's where your rhinestones are missing. Okay, before I came on and did the video, I pulled stones out that were comparable and would go with this. So I have them right here on my workspace. They're right here. And let me see if this glue is still workable. Once you take that and you pull it up and it becomes like elastic, that's already started to set. So you're just going to push that off to the side along with the Q-tip, and you're going to get out a little bit more glue. Now remember, it's very hard to take just a little tiny bit of glue out of the tube. You do not need much. Alright? So a lot of times you end up wasting some of the glue. Alright, now I'll get another toothpick. I know I have one here. Alright. We're going to take that. We're going to do the same thing. Grab that, roll that on just onto the tip. Okay, and we're going to put that in the little setting. And we're going to do both of them because it's only 2. Grab a little bit of that glue, roll it, and we're going to set that in here also. I think this could use a tiny, tiny bit more this side. Alright, now that's in there. Good. Alright, so I have 2 stones here that are the ones that are going in. I just have to get them facing. You want the flat side facing up. And we're just going to set that in there. Tap, 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 tap. I want to get these in there quick because they do start to set. It always works a little better once. Let's get this one in there. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little awl and I'm going to go. These are perfect, these stones. And I'm just going to tap them down, make sure the flat part is sticking up. Let me look through my loop. This is where you can tell if your stone is a little sideways. This is perfect. Both of these stones are set in here very nicely. So now I'm just going to tap them. Make sure they're picking up that glue and they're centered inside. All right, so now this has been fixed. All right, and we're going to set that to the side. All right, I have a couple more of those to do, but I want to talk about something else. I have this other nice, really pair of earrings. This bracelet also was in one of the bags that's coming up, and you will see it. Okay, all these stones were covered with some kind of a blue material. This is a beautiful bracelet. Okay, it's all Aurora Borealis rhinestones. It's an egg. It's in perfect condition. When I did it in the video, I talked about that. To me, it looked like methylene blue, something that you use to treat fish when they have different diseases in your aquarium. But it was all over everything. And up here, it's not rhinestones. And it even was inside. Now, I'll tell you what I do. You have to be very careful when you're dealing with rhinestones. But you can use a tiny bit of water. And I mean tiny. And I use a toothbrush. And I go to the dollar store and I get these toothbrushes that are really soft. Okay? Very, very soft. And you're going to put a little bit of water on your toothbrush, and then you're going to take, I use these because this is Colgate. I think this is their Gum Defense toothpaste. It doesn't have to be this, but these are the kind that I get in, like when you go to the dentist and they give you your goodie bag when you're done, just like you get a goodie bag when you were a kid. And I put a little minimal amount on the toothbrush with the water that's in it, okay? And I rub that into the toothbrush. And it'll start to foam a little bit. You don't want to get the thing all real wet, okay? And then I will take this and I will very gently, because it's soft, just rub that toothpaste into the area. All right, you can actually see there's still a little bit on here. And the same thing with the stones. Just go over that and let it set for a couple of minutes, okay? And then what you can do is go in after it's done, is take a paper towel, okay? And you're going to dab this. You're going to get most of this off. You'll see the blue come up. Okay, you're not going to see it now because it's already gone. I had done it, but this thing was a mess. All right, and you're just dabbing that. All right, and you can go right along the edge with your thing. And then the final thing that I will do is I will take a Q-tip because it's absorbent cotton. Okay, I will go along and just work around all that area and get all the stuff out. You'll see it as you're going along that it actually shines and cleans the rhinestones besides. But you have to be mindful not to go overboard with the amount of toothpaste and the amount of water. All right? And you do the same thing. You blot it to get everything out. And once you're done, this is such a pretty bracelet. It was such a shame. I really didn't think I was going to be able to salvage it. But it's beautiful. Make sure when you're all finished you go through and you roll your fingers over, back and forth, okay, and make sure that all your stones are in there and that nothing really feels loose or anything. And it probably wouldn't be because of what you just did, but it might have been one that would have started to be going loose, okay? So that's all you have to do with that. And this method is also good just for a basic, like if you got a really dirty necklace, something like this, for instance, you can clean it that. This is great for cleaning. Where I got a set here, I think. Your crystal beads. These are beautiful crystal beads. This works really, really well on cleaning crystal beads. It's an all-purpose, but with everything else, you have to remember not to turn around and use an immense amount of either the water or the toothpaste. This foams up so much you can't believe it, and you just let it sit there, and you'll actually see the dirt coming to the surface when you do this method. All right, so that's something I wanted to tell you about. I mean, you can't use this on pearls. All right, there's very little that you can take and use on pearls, but this is a very good way of cleaning things and bringing out the shine. But remember, when you go, get the softest bristles that you possibly can. And you can see my toothbrush from where I use this. These are all still like really pretty good. I just use the top part of the tooth brush. So anyway, there's that. Now, if you have any questions about any of this stuff, you let me know. We're going to use that again. Let me put this over here. Now, I don't remember, I know some of you might have didn't see, but I hope you remember when I spoke to you about chips. And I wanted to bring out a couple of strands of chips that are what I call quality chips. And I'll explain why they are quality. All right. These are both still strung. This one I think is strung on, let me see. Nope, this is strung on the nylon cord. All right. First, these are heavy too. Now, when I spoke to you about these, I explained to you that most of this stuff is made out of the waste from when they make beads. So you get, they have to tumble it. So what happens is a lot of times when the pieces are very small, they don't tumble them and they just put holes in them and string them on the nylon cord. All right, so that's why you will get beads that are very, very, very tiny and the edges and everything are rough. Now, if you look at these are shell, and you can see that every one of these here is all smooth. There's no rough edges, okay, even though these are chips, all right. These have all been highly polished, and these would be what I would consider a quality set of chips that is suitable for wearing. Okay, I mean, you can also use it for jewelry making, but this here is suitable for wearing by itself. Where the other chips, they're rough. As you wear them, they break. They just snap because, there's just nothing really holding them together. So now I have one other piece here I want to show you. This is and I'm going to show you something else too. This is amethyst chips. Now these are very heavy also. But if you look at these, look at all the pieces. Everything is smooth. Okay, very, 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 very smooth. All right. Highly polished. All right. Now, a normal set of chips that you will get, that you see a lot of people having, they're going to, the chips themselves are probably going to be half the size of this. All right. And they're not going to have this nice high polish on them like these. All right. And you're not going to see a lot of the glimmer and the shine come off of them. So just be mindful of what you're buying in chips and know what to look for, what's good quality and what's bad quality. I mean, these are good quality, okay? I wouldn't say they are the best quality, all right, but these are good. These can be worn as jewelry. They're not going to scratch you. They're not going to cut you. They're not going to break off. I mean, if you get rough with it, maybe something might happen, but all in all, and plus, if you, I know when you're buying online, you can't feel the weight. I mean, you roll these around in your hand, they're not going to scrape or scratch you. Now, the other thing I wanted to tell you, and I got to see if there's any here that I can show you with. Let's see here. Yes, I have some right here. All right. Oh, it's gone. All right. I wanted to show you a quick way in order to get rid of hair, but we'll do that if I find something here. So the next thing I need to do, and we're going to be doing something with that in a minute, is I have a necklace here that's very, very pretty. It's a little statement necklace, and it came apart. It's in excellent condition. I'm going to take it apart here, and nothing's broken on it. It's just missing the jump ring that goes here, and I'm going to replace the jump ring. And again, we've done this once before, but as many times as I can turn around and show you, the better. It gets a better understanding of how the jump ring thing works. Now, this is not a big jump ring that's on here, so I got to find one that's comparable in here, and I think I just found one. Yes. All right. This is my scrap bag here, jump rings. I don't throw anything out. I'm a hoarder. All right. So anyway, we're going to open this jump ring up. Again, these are my flat nose pliers, needle point pliers. All right, and I want to get that split in the ring, right in the center, and I want to grasp really good. And I want to put the other one on this side. Okay, now you don't ever want to pull apart, pull it open. You want to make sure you're going to turn the one that's in my right hand forward and the one that's in my left hand back. So as I push this one forward, I'm going to pull this one back, and that's going to open up that jump ring. All right, I need a little bit more. All right, so that's open now. So all we have to do is hook this on to our piece on both sides. Okay. This is all the pieces of jewelry that are in here are for sale, except for ones that I'm repairing for people. So I have to get this just right so I can get this on here. I want to put this piece through here. I got this needle nose pliers up too close. Give me a second here. When you're working with small pieces, it's kind of hard. Here we go. All right, let's get this in here. All right, this is in. So now we have to close this back up. And again, like I told you before, you're just going to repeat what you did when you opened it up, but this time you're going to go the reverse direction. All right, this one that's on my right hand is going to come towards me, and the other one is going away from me. The left hand's going away from me. And that brings those jump rings together. All right, and now we have a fixed piece of jewelry. Okay, I'll give you a peek of that on Buster. It's very nice. And I used a nice heavy jump ring on this, so it should last a long time. This is a nice piece of jewelry. And it's got a pretty long extender. Oh, I can show you what I want to talk about with this piece here. Let me just put this in here. I'm all thumbs today. Having a hard time. How's everybody's weather in your neck of the woods? I'm telling you, it sure is cold here. Alright, I got this done. Let me put this on here. This is a choker. Okay. Now, in a couple of spots, has a very long extender, so you can bring this down a lot farther. I don't know if you can see this or not. Hang on, let me show this to you in my hand. It's better. How pretty this is. I'm going to have to watch this video. It's very hard when you start changing what you normally do. Okay. Now let me see here. Well, it was there a few minutes ago, but it's not there any longer. I wanted to show you something. Okay, so we have that piece repaired. And the other thing I want to talk about briefly is somebody asked me how you harvest stones without the stones going all over the place. I got to be careful because I got another thing here that needs to be done, and I don't want to lose the stones in it. I take the piece I'm going to work on and I put it in a plastic bag. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Okay, and I work with the piece in the bag. And I can hold it up to my face. I can use a different amount of, kinds of tools. And what this will do is it will keep, you just have to play with these. See, there's one that just came off. Push it down to the bottom of the bag. All right. It's a pain, okay, but at least you know that whatever you're doing here, they're not going to get lost and go someplace. And sometimes it takes a couple of times doing this. And then you got the smaller pieces that are in here. I find that if you just go around them a little bit, most of the time they'll come out. And this is a sin, because this is a very, very old antique pin. But it is just so far beyond repair that there's no saving it. So we will take its beauty that it has and save it into another piece of jewelry. These pieces will be really great to go and save other pieces of jewelry. So that's what I do, is like I said, I take and I put it in a plastic bag. You can see I've already got a couple of them off here. And I'll get a lot of these little ones off too. Now, some of these stones that are in here are dead. But this is a good one. This is a good one. This one's pretty good. This one's really good. The small ones, the ones that I probably need most, there might be 2 or 3 in here that I'll be able to salvage. I got one out right here already. Okay. And you can actually try to move your finger back and forth on some of these, and they might come out. All right. There's no real simple way of pulling the stone out. Some people soak them, but I have mixed feelings about doing that, because especially when the piece is so old already, if you take and you soak it, you can make the stone a dead stone, and I don't like doing that. So if there's something that I can't get out, I'm not going to force it out. I get as many as I can. Okay, so I'm going to leave this in here because I have to finish doing the rest of this. All right, and I still haven't found a thing for this yet. For this, I haven't found a stone for this pretty ring yet. And I wanted to show you this, but I'll wait on that. Oh, what the heck, we can do that. We'll do this, and then I'll fix these, and then we'll call it quits. This is a very, very pretty earring, and I only have one of them. And I'm going to take this. I got a nice chain here. All right, a really nice silver tone chain. Probably 20-inch chain with a nice extender. And I'm going to take and I'm going to make this earring, which is a very pretty earring. Okay, there's the chain. Put this over here. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to make this into a pendant. Now, the jump ring that's on here is too small. I wanted it a little bit bigger, and I wanted it a little bit sturdier. So I'm not going to make a big monster jump ring. I'm going to take something that's, you know, a good size, but not overkill. And of course, it's got to be silver tone. I think I found one. Okay. Now, there's a method to this madness. All right. First thing you have to do is you have to get what is on there already off. All right. And we're not going to save the jump ring that's on there is not good. So I'm not going to save that. I'm just going to take this off. I'm going to grab this just like you, but I'm not going to be worried about how I take it off. Just want to get it where the open things are. You can see it's all nasty, this jump ring, and I'm just going to open it up and pull it off. I will save the earring thing, the shepherd's hook. This will go in the garbage. Now, when you turn around and you look at this pendant here, all right, you have to realize, now if this here, the bail was facing in the opposite direction with the hole going this way, you'd have to put two jump rings on. You don't want to just put it right through here because it doesn't give it any flexibility or any articulation. But since this is facing us, all we have to do is put the jump ring on here and then also on the necklace. So let's do that. Now this jump ring here is big enough that it's going to work, and it's a sturdy jump ring. But it's small enough that when you go to put your necklace on, this is another important thing to remember, that the pendant doesn't slide off of the necklace. So again, we're going to do the same routine. We're going to take that jump ring, and the right hand's going to go outward, and the left hand's going to come towards me, and I'm opening the jump ring. Okay, so now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this pendant on there. All right. And then we're going to take our chain, and we're going to put this on the chain. All right. And we're going to close it up. Same routine. Right hand's going to come towards me, left hand's going to go away from me. You can see my wrist And wiggle that a little bit back and forth so you get it nice and close together, and then you can squeeze them together. And voila! Now you have a very cute little southwestern pendant with the Indian on the horse, and some of the, what do they call this, the reconstituted turquoise pieces in there. So very, very pretty. All right, so that's one thing. I got so much I want to show you guys as far as repairing and doing things. You know, there's so much that you have that you can take and do so much with, rather than let that piece of nice jewelry go in a landfill or go in the trash or whatever. So let me see what one of these is the one that needs to be. It's this one. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but let me see if you can see this. But right here on there is some DNA. All right, it's right here. All right. Now, what I do to get rid of DNA, you have to be careful, but I just take a lighter and I bring that in there and snap that, and it's gone. Okay, and at the same time, it also turns around and it sanitizes it, because you're not leaving it there long enough that you're going to hurt the piece, but it gets rid of the DNA all the way down to where it's not going to come back. All right, right here is the stone we have to repair. I'm going to do that now. I already pulled out the stone that has to go in there. Again, it's another tiny stone. I need a little bit more glue and another tweezer. And all right. And again, never put the stuff on the stone, the glue on the stone. Grab your glue, put it on the tip of the toothpick, and twist it. And just put a little bit, get it right in the center of the hole. That's all you need, is just for that to go in the center of that hole. And trust me, you don't need a lot. All right, and then we're going to pick up this wonderful little tiny piece here, and we're going to set that right in there. Let me look at it with the loupe to see how it's setting. Looks good. I'm going to tap it into place now. Now these are weird, these earrings, because as I'm looking at them, there's many, many, many different sizes of rhinestones in here. So I just picked the best that I could. Now these are coming up in a video. These are really, really pretty earrings. Gorgeous earrings with the cup chain in the middle of them. Lots of sparkle and bling. So these are fixed now. So today we did those. We did these beautiful Avon earrings here. We fixed this necklace. We fixed this great piece here, which I'm going to take this off of this piece here. I'm going to take this off of that necklace. And we fixed the tennis racket, which is really a pretty thing. And we did this customer's enhancer. So, and you know, we fixed like this jewelry. And I think there was a couple little things that I touched upon. We went over the chips. I just want to try to explain as best as I can to you about that. Now, somebody was interested in these earrings. They're very pretty, but there's a total of 3 stones that I can see that are missing. And I'm working on trying to, they're a funny color. They're not an orange and they're not a yellow. So there's 4 rhinestones missing. So, I mean, if somebody, whoever was the person that asked about these, get in touch with me. If you want them the way they are, let me know. I will give you a good price on them. They're absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. I mean, you can't, looking at them like this, you really can't even tell. Somebody would have to go right up to your face and look at you to notice that those stones are going to be gone. If I don't get rid of these, sell them, these will be an item that I will harvest, and there's a lot to harvest here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Here's a piece that we fixed the other day. This has a brand new life to it. These came out really great. These are all fixed. Okay. The 1928 pin, that's all done. That came out really, really pretty. So I left a couple of them out here. Some of them I put away. And I brought out this necklace. Like, my video's going way over in time here. I brought this necklace out to see what it needed. And let me take a peek at it. There was some reason why it was sitting on my workbench. No, it's not. This is a beautiful... I will put this as an item of the day coming up very soon. I will show it to you real quick. Whoop! Pretty, pretty, pretty necklace. So this will be an item of the day. I do have one piece in the pirate chest today. Let me show that to you. And if you're interested in that, let me know. And this is an absolutely gorgeous bangle. This is a round bangle now. All the rhinestones are in this. This is absolutely magnificent. Black and white enamel, and the rhinestones run all the way around the bangle. It's a clamper, excuse me. And you can see there's marks inside because the rhinestones are actually channel set all the way